Hello everyone, welcome back to another Broken Arrow video as part of the 5v5 tournament series. This one's a little different. It's a casting from stage 2. It's Nun's team, which is AHS, versus Ashira's team, PMA. I believe this is my first time doing some actual casting. Unfortunately I had to go AFK shortly in the first 10 minutes. So if you don't hear any casting during that part, I apologize, but it would have been weird for me to cut it. Thank you to the YouTube members and the Twitch subs. Your guys' support makes this possible for me. Please leave a comment down below if you enjoyed the casting. Maybe we can get some more done if more tournaments come up. And don't forget to subscribe and like. And let's jump straight into the video. Let me quickly pull it up here before they start. We can take a look at their decks. Can't wait for you to be shouting during the big plays. Nun's team here is a pretty... They've been playing this deck against us before as well. This is like their dedicated bomber, and then the rest are playing God Modo. They also have Saha here on VDV. But I don't believe he has ASFs. I think most of the ASFs are Nun. And we have our first US team that we've run into by the look of it. Ashira and Ko are playing US. We have the two flank players here, I'm guessing, with SF Striker. We have a Marine Striker deck as well, which is a really curious choice. Maybe he's going to be ballisticking. With the HIMARS. What's the prediction at? 9k to 46k? Minimal predictions in chat, or excuse me is going to lose everything to people who have put 9k on the other team. I think my favorite is Nun here. I think they have the slightly stronger team. I don't recognize some of the names on the US side. Which one is which? Nun's team is the one on A side. And so that's AHS, I think, on the A side. And then B team is PMA. If I do this, I can swap between them quickly. We have the cover in his standard slot on B. Nun's in the support position, supporting both A and B that I usually play. Pretty standard stuff here. Saha is on C. Guessing we're going to see a lot of RD out of that, and maybe some air spam. Hello Nada, welcome in, sir. Isn't better to ballistic spam with armored? Yeah, it is, but I don't know, it was a really weird deck choice. I don't know why else he would pick it. Maybe so they have Pack 3 MSE with the Striker, but they already had two Strikers with the Striker Soft, so maybe they just wanted an MSE in the middle as well. I'm not too sure there. Looks like none's opening with the planes. His first deployment's going towards A to help with the first assault, and he's got a helicopter there as well. Welcome in, Pev. I'm gonna have to disappear for just like a couple minutes here in a second, chat. My brother's gonna be picking his dog back up. None's team has been liking the heavy helicopter openings. They've been playing it against us. Especially here on A side, they send a helicopter and they sit them behind these high-rises here. They sit one here and they try and decrew your transports as they come past. Looks like we got an ASF Harrier out, just a patrol. It looks like a 2-missile variant with fuel, so it's just there to loiter and spot, rather than actually engage anything. Got a non-POV with his SU-35s. Sorry, chat. I had to return a dog. I'm back. Did I miss anything? It doesn't look like they have captured A. Why is it so grainy? Is the covers POV better? Okay, this one's better. Return a dog? Yeah, I was looking after my brother's dog and he just showed up. Bad timing. They lost A point. I think they should just give A point though, no, but I think they've really come to that conclusion. Just give A, support B. And then once they build up enough, maybe try again for A. I thought it was Amazon Return or something? No. I was dog sitting, my brother went to look at a house, so... Did they have A to start with? Is that how they're up on points? Because it's even now, so there's no ticking, right? But did they have A, or was it D? They had a lot of points initially? Oh, okay, so they just ticked up before the US side. I'm surprised to see a Booker. Because the T80 draws here, like, full count as the Booker. Especially now, it's a two-shot kill. Insane APM. The cover's a good player. The cover's he was mostly an infantry player. The cover's like their frontline grinder guy. Looks like the cover's still got the cluster grids here. When I watched him in playing a forest point yesterday, he had smoke grids. Looks like they're trying for A again. Dun's quality is slightly worse, but I wanted to see the A push, because the cover's going to focus this point more, probably. Looks like they are going to have to give it again here, though. They got pushed out by a pre-aimed catfight. The problem with them holding A is the free recon it gives over J and, like, into the back of B here. The recon you gain from holding A is really, really huge. This speed that raiders die now is actually insane. Once they get panicked, they take so much more damage. They're not just sitting there unkillable the whole time. Infantry combat has really switched to whoever gets the first shot. Because the moment you're panicked, it's like end of the fight, pretty much. First one to panic usually loses the fight. I think the Booker 105 is probably okay. I think the 50 is also okay, but it can't be your entire army anymore. That's not its role. Both sides seem to be using ballistic missiles. think the Sev is a really good option here as well. I'd maybe like to see another Sev from the pink player here, to try and beat out the special infantry from God Modo. Once you get those SSO down, it's really hard for them to hold a point like B. This is another strat I've seen from the cover yesterday. He's been using Touchkas on cooldown instead of having like tornadoes. He just fires them and sells them, and they're back in, like, I think roughly 2 minutes? Something like that. I don't hate the strat, honestly. It's pretty good. Oh. Unfortunately, the cover was a little zoomed in there, so we didn't see the nuke coming. But he did kind of get full wiped there. Luckily, he did have a Gavadi that lived, so we can at least deny the cap. Which will stop the enemy team from ticking up, because the points are even right now. I've noticed just from watching here as well, the cover, he seems to place all his anti-infantry, he seems to place all his anti-tank capabilities in his teammates' planes, and also tanks. Like, he doesn't run much anti-tank infantry. Luckily, they've had good reactions here with their teammates. None has come in to plug the gap, so they will not lose B point. If anything, they might be able to get some momentum here and push, because it's now 3 players versus 1 here on B. The other team hasn't rotated. The US side here either needs to help on the B fight, or they need to pressure towards J. And it looks like they're trying to pressure towards J. You missed an SU trying to bomb a Comanche with 48 bombs and did 0 damage. It's probably the 250s, and I don't think they have enough splash to hit the helicopters when it's high out. Nuking without a proper follow-up feels like a misplay. Yeah, the way I see the nuke, like, you're not nuking for kills. You're gonna go down on kills most of the time with a nuke. You're nuking for space and positioning. So if you don't have anything to follow the nuke, it's kind of pointless. Made a quick glimpse there. We have Javelin teams on A, shooting down some Javelins into the T-15s and the T-80s there. They really need to collapse those 2 high-rises on A. They give so much information. Looks like the cover may have heard my warning of lack of anti-tank. His next deployment were the Spetsnaz and the Motor Dakota. Also probably because the 2 SSO are now on a 7-minute cooldown from the nuke. He actually lacks CQC infantry now. Risky position here for the T90. It's stuck in a forest. If it does get caught by a Moors team or something, it's not going to have time to get out of there. Looks like Saha here. With the VDV, he's running the Lumas on the Mi-28s. Really good fire support, especially on a map like this where you can use the covers, the cover of the buildings. As you saw there, it kind of dispatched the trooper squad pretty much immediately, collapsing the building. Quick glimpse of recon there from the VDV Spetsnaz catching a peek at the Hack 3. And it was pinged, but I don't see any artillery coming in for it. The cover has lost a little bit of quality here in the stream. See if none's a little better. These loitering ASF Harriers, they can be good. They have the same spotting as normal ASFs, and they're just kind of like a missile platform, but they're pretty hard counted by 9K missiles. They don't have the speed to evade them. And as you saw there, I'm pretty sure that was a 9K missile from Dunn taken out as it went back to spawn. These non-APST-80s really struggle with the javelins and those high-rises. Maybe they should ask for the cover to touch the high-rises instead of his point. Because his point is very stable right now. They're trying to smoke them out, but if something is in those high-rises, they will see above the smoke, more than likely. Kinda depends on how the smoke is positioned. It's a little luck-based in that aspect. Brooker pushing the forest here into the T-90. None should be able to sweep it up as long as he's quick here with the anti-infantry to cover the side armor. And it does look like he is. We can't see because I don't have a POV on that side, but it does appear we've taken the D side from Dunn's team as well here, so they are beginning the tick on the conquest points. Overall, I think playing pretty well on the Dunn team. They seem to be stalling out here for the US side. It's a very ambitious V2 there. In the forest against infantry, they're going to pre-spot the tank for any lurking vehicle there. So the T-90 is always going to get first shot from a decent range. He's going to have enough range to back up as well to stop the shot from the SEP V2. None here running a deck that doesn't actually have that much, like it doesn't have any tube arty. Its entire arty tab is these Iskanders. So they don't really have anything to pop supplies right now on the A side. A little conscious there might be a sniper under their air spawn, so they're double checking. T-80 takes a shot from the s'more in the top armor there, and gets 2 shot from the combo with the javelin. Both sides still buying these ballistics on cooldown. That is a second nuke, so that is another player's nuke there. They have 2 nukes. It's going to be a really big nuke too. They managed to break out from A here and get into Juliet. Could be really big for the American team. Kinda swayed the kills back a little bit. But nothing too drastic. It definitely went positive though. I think it killed at least like 2 or 3 tanks there, as well as all the other stuff. Let's see if we can get back to the cover POV. Nuns is lagging out a little bit. Still cycling these Tochkas. This K-50 is really going to ruin the day here. Got an RT piece and a pack from what we saw. There may have been more before we passed over. And after phase 2 ramps up here, it looks like Nun's team is in a pretty unlosable position, unless things go very, very drastic. They pretty much have to be sudden death after this to have a chance of winning. Not a great position for the Kurg there. May pick up the Dragoon based on reload. Luckily, unfortunately, I didn't have enough in the magazine there to take the last shot. But I think just based on kills, the Russian side here has the momentum if they wanted to sudden death. I don't think the US side is going to have too much on the ground to stop them if they wanted to push. It is a tournament though, so it may be best just to play it safe. No need to open up another, open up a window for them to come back. It is possible for the US team to win here, but they need to quite literally take every single victory point. Every victory point or a sudden death. Now in the conquest game mode, it's not too difficult to get all 3 flags, because you only need to hold 1 more point over your enemy for approximately like 5 minutes to full flip the flags. Kills on the other hand, that might be a little more tricky. Typically, when you're taking ground, you're going down on kills. Dumb Bomb Hornet there. It's a really expensive plane if they lose it. There's 300 points down the drain. On average for that plane. I play strike us off on grinder. Yeah, I think you, especially on a point like this, the city maps, you really need tanks. If you're playing something like Power Plant on Echo Point, I'd argue you don't need tanks, but I think here you definitely do. And the Buka just doesn't give you the firepower that you need. Color Pilot. Is this PTE? Yes, it is a PTE tournament. Americans seem to be trying to push for that J point, but as I said before, they are bleeding on kills since they're advancing. I think on PT it is a lot harder to take ground, so you are going to take more casualties while taking ground. Set V3 here is going to die to the cluster grad more than likely, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it died to a Hellfire anyway, I think. Not a Hellfire, but an AT missile actually. I thought there was a helicopter sat at the back there. Our side seems to be going pretty well as well. Really dominant hold there. Left side nuke could be pretty painful actually. He's really blobbed up on the point. And on those flanks, there is a chance that it gets away if they don't ASF quick enough. And a nuke getting away is typically a full kill point. Because on average, you'll kill around 1,000 points. What is none up to during all this? Is he AFK playing his flying his planes? Looks like he's staging to try and get back into A again. He's got his ASF loitering. Hiding his tank in the ditch until he's ready. He's got to be careful that the recon in those high rises don't spot him going in that ditch, because if they have cluster, he can get knocked out here. None with 2 pings on the high rises. I'm guessing he's finally asking for them to be taken out. There are 2 javelins in that high rise, and the tank in the backline there also got lasered. Personally, I think it was a mistake leaving them up for so long. He's now taking them out. Nun's also lasering those high rises in the mid area next to Foxtrot. I think those also should have been focused on a lot sooner. As we know in this game, recon is in fact king. I hear a TUS firing. I think that's because I still have the cover stream open in the background. It is. The cover did in fact just fire a full TUS barrage at the advancing Americans on the B point. The Americans are kinda scraping back a little bit of position here, but they only have a couple minutes. Once you get past that 5-minute mark, I think it's pretty much over. They have to hold at least one more flag than the enemy for about 5 minutes to full swap the caps. Upgraded TUS or not on PT? I think the close range one is probably better, purely because of reload time. But there are some maps where you need the range because you can't get close to the things you typically need to trust. But majority of the time, definitely the shorter range one. AHS here. It doesn't matter if they lose the cap. They stay up on kills. It's pretty unlosable for them. As long as they don't let them take the ground for free. Should be an easy game. Especially if their tanks are living through the cluster and they're killing the plane like that. That was one very lucky T80 there. Pulls in a little bit of a risky spot here. If there is a sniper in the tree line at the bottom, he's going to see that tower and just going to get arted. Snipers in the mid, spotting a possible resupply in that forest. Probably cluster grads are going to fire there next. Knock out the tank. I think maybe whoever it is firing the howitzers probably shouldn't have engaged with the howitzers, because now it has forced them back. The cluster grads probably aren't going to have the range to engage them now. And these helicopters, they're still lurking around. Pretty unkillable in the cities here. I think the right side for the Russian team has realized they don't actually have to take A, they just have to trade well, so they're just sitting there and helping on the mid. I have a CJ and a Flying Falcon. Flying Falcon's going left. Don't know what it dropped. I think it was HE bombs, by the sound of it. Those get out. More ballistics coming in with the seed. This Hornet we've seen before, it is HE bombs. I wonder where it's going to drop. Looks like it's aiming towards the B. Ballistic nearly impacts the Mi-28, finally taking it out. But it does move just in time. The main thing, Gex, when you're refunding is how much refund you get. If you're getting 110 points, I'd argue that's very worth it, honestly. To fire and refund for the Tochkas. I think it is a very, very good choice there. That is pretty much GG here. It's unlikely they're going to get more than +1 caps, and they don't have the time to full tick them now. I'm better say smoke abuse. I'm not even in this game, Dario. I'm just watching. This is the cover. He's the real smoke abuser. Little ambushes push here from the Sturmoviki. I don't know if this is too worth it. If it's Delta that jumps out of that wall pig, they're in a pretty bad spot. 2 tanks entering the Bravo here. We're in the lack of AT again. The cover realizes this and spawns Spetsnaz AT. But with 3 minutes left, it's going to arrive pretty late. And he doesn't have that much AT. The smoke is going to keep the tanks back though, more than likely. These 2 Gavardi, they can deal with the tanks, but they're going to make sure they don't get caught out with these Marine Raiders CQC. Fortunately for Dick over there, kind of being AFK'd there. This heavy cap's gonna die in 2 shots, pretty much, because the Gavardi on side armor. That's 1 dead tank. Pep's also not gonna pair well here. Should be another dead tank here. Those 900 pen missiles are no joke. I am Gavardi Motostrelki. True statement. I'm still very shocked that people were questioning the fact that they went up by 5 points. Recon T90 should clean up the Booker really easily here. Unless he drives past. He should still get the second shot. Oh my god. Viper hidden in through the smoke. No APS on that tank. That was a skill issue. He could have killed that Booker very easily. Got seed on the Viper as well. Done with a little bit of a breakthrough with a T9, not a T90, a BTR90, and a Motor Bakota, but they get cleaned up. Or a Moskaya, rather. Too many Russian words in this name, in this game. Cluster Bomber clutching one of the Paladins. Definitely not worth it, but funny. Delta clean up a couple of those Gavardi. Delta actually penned the rear of the T-80 there with one of their grenades. The cover looking to pad his kill score here with a free kill on the flank. And that's that. The cover still dropping a 1.6 after getting nuked. Very nice plays. Kirk there doing a lot of work. Do a lot of damage to those non-APS tanks. Nuke undercover was good. It went at least even, if not just under. No, just over, sorry, I think. And those Tochkas, especially on a map there like Sawalki, where you have a lot of high rises you actually need to remove, are actually really good to buy and sell.